The annual Chakra nature ceremony. Every genin has touched the sacred stone and awakened one element. Now only Sora remains.
They all showed something: fire, water, earth. What if I reveal nothing? The dropout in waiting.
His palm met the stone. For a heartbeat. Nothing. Then the world screamed. The sacred stone cracked once, twice, and bled 5 colors at once. Orange, blue, green, brown, yellow erupted in a blinding pillar.
This isn't possible. 5 elements? They're all inside me, and they're fighting to get out.
A translucent panel blazed into existence above him. Affinity, primordial, infinite growth.
Impossible. The stone must be malfunctioning. Seize that boy.
Wait, Tetsuo. Look at the ground. The elements are responding to him.
5 rings. Fire, water, wind, earth, lightning. Spun violently around Sora, forcing everyone back. The ceremony platform groaned under the pressure. And at the center, the sickly forgotten student stood, his eyes alight with 5 colors. His dormant power finally undeniable. 3 months earlier, the academy classroom held no mercy for the weak, especially not for Sora, hunched in the back row.
Sora, you can't even grip a kunai properly. At this rate, you'll never be a genin, you'll be a dropout. Every day the same. I'm invisible until I fail. Then I'm the joke of the class.
Then Riku stepped up. His shuriken sliced the air and pierced the bullseye without effort. The class erupted.
It's simple, really. Fire answers to those born with talent. Maybe you should stick to the theory books, Sora.
He has everything I lack. Strength, control, a future. I can barely stay awake.
That night, Sora collapsed into his bed, fever burning through his thin frame. Medicine bottles crowded the nightstand, his only companions.
Honestly, that boy won't last a month. He's the dropout in waiting, just marking time until the exam flushes him out. I barely passed. My hands shook so badly, I nearly dropped the kunai. I'm not ready for the ceremony.
And yet, when the village gathered for the Chakra nature ceremony, the last name called was Sora, the dropout no one believed in. The ceremony platform buzzed with excitement. Families filled the square. The sacred stone glimmered on its pedestal.
Today, you will each touch the stone. It will awaken one chakra nature, one element, and only one.
Riku stepped forward, his smirk unwavering. He pressed his palm to the stone without a trace of doubt. Orange fire erupted from the stone. The crowd roared. Fire affinity was the mark of a warrior.
See? Fire bows to the strong. It always has.
Student after student touched the stone. Water, earth, wind, lightning bloomed and faded until only Sora remained.
My turn. Everyone's waiting for the dropout to prove them right. My legs won't stop shaking.
Sora, step forward.
If nothing happens, if I'm truly empty, then everything they said about me is true.
He drew a shallow breath, the crowd silent, and laid his palm upon the ancient waiting rock. The stone didn't glow, it screamed. A hairline crack split its surface, pulsing with orange, blue, green, brown, yellow.
It's tearing me apart. Every chakra point is on fire. I can't stop it.
Stop the ceremony. The stone is compromised. Seal the boy before he destabilizes further.
No, wait. Can't you see? The elements aren't attacking him. They're coming from him.
A cold, mechanical voice echoed from nowhere. Affinity, primordial, infinite growth. The panel materialized above Sora, its text searing into the air as the elders recoiled.
Primordial? What does that? My body can't hold this. It's overflowing.
This is beyond our understanding. We must contain this now, guards.
The 5 elemental rings snapped into existence, a vortex of raw chakra that shoved the crowd backward. Sora stood rigid at its heart, his eyes burning with layered light.
Tetsuo, if we act rashly, we might trigger a catastrophe. We need information, not panic.
Sora's hand convulsed, and a jet of orange fire screamed across the ceremony ground, swallowing a distant tree whole.
I didn't mean to. It's pouring out of me like a dam breaking.
Before anyone could react, the fountain cracked. Water surged, then froze solid in midair.
Now water? My fingers are freezing. I'm losing control of everything.
Sora threw his hand toward the ground. A boulder ripped free from the earth and hovered, spinning slowly.
Stop! 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 I can't breathe. The elements are tearing me apart.
Sora collapsed, the rings flickering wildly. His chest heaved, white streaks stark in his hair.
Enough. This is no malfunction. He's a danger to everyone. Seize him now.
Masked guards emerged from the crowd, closing in on the platform. Sora could barely lift his head as they grabbed his arms.
So this is how it ends. A monster in their eyes. I never wanted this.
When Sora opened his eyes, the sky was gone. Cold white walls surrounded him, and a humming seal pressed against his chakra.
Where am I? These shackles, they're draining my chakra. I can barely feel the elements.
A door slid open with a hiss. Beyond it, a sterile training chamber waited featureless, save for ancient ceiling symbols scratched into the floor. A masked trainer stood in the center, clipboard in hand. No name, no explanation, only a cold, clinical stare.
Why am I here? What is this place?
The trainer didn't answer. Instead, a projector flickered on, displaying a single cold line: Elite Program 7, classified.
Elite program? Classified? They dragged me here like a prisoner. This isn't training, it's a cage.
Without a word, the trainer motioned for him to begin, pointing at the ceiling symbols, then at Sora's hands.
They want me to use my elements, to test me. If I refuse, I'll rot in that cell forever.
He took a breath, and the shackles tightened. But deep within, the 5 elements stirred, waiting. The trainer raised a hand. Sora obeyed, forcing a flicker of flame from his palm. It guttered, weak, then roared. The orange fire whitened. It collapsed inward, compressing into a searing point plasma.
This isn't fire anymore. It's sun hot. My chakra is reshaping the element itself.
The trainer pointed to a metal dummy. Sora cast a water whip, but it hissed green, dissolving steel.
Acid. My water turned to acid. What is happening to me?
A stomp of his foot, and instead of a rock wall, gleaming metal spikes erupted from the floor.
Earth. Into metal. Every element I touch transforms. This isn't normal.
The masked trainer scribbled frantically, a tremor in their hand. Sora's legs gave out. The trainer pressed a seal on the wall. A message flickered away. Moments later, in the Hokage's shadowed office, a scroll unfurled. Subject exhibits elemental evolution. Fire to plasma, water to acid, earth to metal. The trainer's hand flicked again. Sora summoned a gust of wind, but the air around his fist vanished, leaving a silent vacuum.
Wind into nothingness. It's not just stronger, it's a different element entirely.
Lightning arsed from his fingertips, and tools across the room shuddered, dragged toward him. Electromagnetism.
I can feel the metal. The walls, the floor, the seals, they're all humming to me. All 5 elements, every one evolved. Fire to plasma, wind to vacuum. There's no end to this. I'm not human.
His body gave out. The trainer retreated, hand on a new seal. Armed guards materialized at the edges of the room. The cell door slammed. The guard's footsteps never came alone anymore, and the seals on his shackles were thicker.
They're afraid. Good. But they're also watching closer than ever. I'm a specimen now.
In the Hokage's office, the scroll grew longer. His assistant hesitated, then added a final line in trembling script. The scroll entries now read, Wind vacuum, lightning electromagnetism. Subject's evolution shows no upper limit. Alone in his cell, Sora closed his eyes and pushed past the elements. Deeper than fire, beneath lightning, a raw current hummed.
They aren't separate. The 5 elements aren't gifts, they're branches of a single root, and that root is inside me.
A vision flickered, vast roots threading through stone, pulsing with chakra, and at their heart, a presence that felt achingly familiar.
I'm not just multi-elemental, I'm primordial, the source of all natures. But how? Who made me this way?
The cell door hissed open at an unscheduled hour. The Hokage himself entered, his kind smile replaced by cold, measured calm.
You've felt it, haven't you? The truth that's been sleeping in your blood.
Hokage? What truth? What do you know about what's happening to me?
It's time you understood why you exist, why your body was prepared long before you drew your first breath.
The Hokage's shadow swallowed the cell. Sora's shackles felt heavier than ever.
Your mother was no ordinary shinobi, and you are the vessel for something far older than this village. She was a forbidden experiment, the first shinobi to merge her body with the chakra root tree itself.
An image burned into Sora's mind, his mother's body, half flesh and half wood, her eyes closed in eternal stillness.
You were prepared from birth. Your body was shaped to carry that fused chakra, a perfect vessel.
A scroll unfurled. Subject Alpha, birth designation, vessel. Innate chakra signature, primordial.
So this elite program, it was never about training me, it was about caging me.
You were too dangerous to run free. The village needed to understand what you could become before deciding your fate.
Deciding my fate? What are you planning to do with me? Tell me the truth, Hokage.
The elders will determine the best use of your power, for the good of the village.
For the village. I've heard those words before. They mean I'm just a resource to them, a thing.
The Hokage turned and left. The cell door sealed with a final hiss, leaving Sora with the weight of a lifetime of lies. Sora threw himself back into training, not as a puppet, but as a spy. Every element became a probe.
The barriers here aren't just seals, they're layers of chakra. I can almost taste them.
Trainers wheeled in humming devices, scanners, extraction seals, cold machinery he had never seen.
They're not just testing me anymore, they're preparing something final.
During a shift change, Sora froze. Among the masked guards stood Riku, his old rival, now a warden.
Riku, of all people, does he know what they're doing to me?
That night, Sora pressed his electromagnetic sense into the dark. The guard's footsteps became a map.
I can slip through now, but I need to know why they're really keeping me here.
He steeled himself. Tomorrow, he would find a way to overhear them, no matter the risk.
The elders will decide my fate? No, I'll decide theirs.
Sora crawled through the narrow vent, the hum of ancient seals vibrating in his bones. Voices bled through the metal. He pressed his face to the grate. Below, elders Tetsuo and Kaede stood around a table draped in extraction schematics.
The primordial chakra has matured. We can finally harvest it, drain the vessel, and feed the village's reserves for decades.
The extraction seals are ready. His body won't survive, but the chakra will be pure.
He was never meant to be a shinobi. He is a resource, a primordial battery. We'll begin at midnight.
Harvest me? I'm not a weapon or a monster. I'm just a battery to them. They'll kill me tonight.
He pulled back, almost gagging on the betrayal. The entire program, the training, the cages, all to fatten him for slaughter. He forced himself to listen. The elders set the procedure for midnight, when the chakra root seal was weakest.
Midnight. I have until midnight. I'll break out before they can lay a single seal on me.
He slithered back into the darkness, every heartbeat counting down to midnight. Back in his cell, Sora scratched a crude map into the floor. Guard posts, barrier layers, and a single red X for the exit.
The outer barrier shifts every 3 minutes. The guards rotate at the top of the hour. I have a 6-minute window.
When the corridor fell quiet, Sora pressed near the grate. Riku stood with his back turned, shoulders tense.
Riku, you know what they're going to do to me. Tell me you didn't sign up for this.
I didn't know the truth. They told me it was special training. I'm just a guard, Sora.
They're going to harvest my chakra and throw away my corpse. Tonight, help me or be complicit in murder.
Riku's hand trembled. He slipped a narrow key through the grate, a key to the shackles.
The outer seal is weakest by the north corridor, but the Hokage's barrier. You'll need everything you have.
I have a key and a coward's guilt. It's enough. Midnight. I burn this cage to ash.
The clock on the wall ticked closer to midnight. His breath slowed, and the elements inside him coiled like springs. At the first stroke of midnight, the key slid home. Shackles clattered to the floor. Sora touched the cell lock with a finger. Plasma flared in a needle-thin point, white hot. The steel bubbled and dripped. The door slid open without a whisper.
Free. My chakra is roaring. I can sense every guard's footstep through the metal, 20 meters, 40 meters.
He ghosted into the dark corridor, his vacuum-shrouded feet eating every sound. Magnetism painted the patrol routes in his mind. The outer wing lay through 3 junctions, and the guards had just rotated. But at the third turn, a red seal bloomed on the wall, an eye he had never seen on any map. The facility screamed. Klaxons shattered the silence. Every corridor flooded with pulsing red light. Elite shinobi dropped from ceiling panels, blocking the path. Halt, vessel.
They want me to stop? I didn't want to hurt anyone, but I will not be harvested tonight.
He raised one hand, plasma and vacuum folding into a single trembling sphere. The air screamed. The sphere erupted, a vacuum shockwave that ripped kunai from hands and flung guards against the walls, disarmed and gasping. Sora slammed his palm forward. A lance of plasma screamed down the hallway, carving a molten trench through the floor. He sprinted through the smoke, but his own electromagnetism crackled wild. Lightning spidered up the walls, searing the seals.
I'm not trying to destroy this place, but my power won't hold back. I am becoming the monster they feared.
A figure blocked the far door. Riku, his fire spear blazing, his face a mask of duty warring with shame.
Stop, Sora. I'm supposed to. I have to.
You gave me a key, Riku. Are you really going to kill me now? Choose.
Riku's spear trembled. He remembered the academy, the dropout he mocked, the person he now saw as a victim.
Go. The north path. It's clear for 3 more minutes. Don't make me regret this.
Sora bolted past him, the barrier's pulsing light now visible at the corridor's end. The corridor stretched endlessly, but the outer barrier's violet glow swelled with every desperate stride.
Just a few more meters and I'm free of this nightmare. Run, Sora, run!
Elite shinobi dropped from ceiling panels, ceiling chains lashed toward his arms, glowing with suppression jutsu. A vacuum blade carved through the air, chains snapped, and the shinobi were flung into the stone walls. A lightning dragon roared to life, coiling around him and hurling the remaining attackers backward.
They won't stop me. I can almost taste freedom beyond these walls.
He skidded to a halt. The barrier towered, its ancient wards pulsing like a heartbeat, laced with the Hokage's chakra.
You've come far, vessel. But this barrier is the boundary of your cage, and your life.
Sora turned. The Hokage stood before the barrier, his presence a crushing weight that dimmed the air. 5 elemental colors screamed to life around Sora, his fists clenched. The final clash was moments away.
The village is running dry. Wars are coming, and chakra reserves are failing. Your sacrifice will save thousands.
Sacrifice? You mean murder? You engineered my birth as a battery, and now you want to drain me dry.
A necessary crime. Your mother understood. She gave her body to the chakra tree for this purpose. You are both tools of survival.
I am not a tool. I am not my mother's corpse, and I am not your battery. I'd rather die fighting.
Then die. But your chakra will still feed the village.
The Hokage's chakra erupted, a black and gold typhoon that warped the air, ancient and absolute. Sora's 5 elements screamed in response, wild and untamed. Plasma, acid, metal, vacuum, and lightning coiled into a single storm. He hurled himself forward, plasma lance aimed at the Hokage's chest. The fight for his life had begun. The Hokage met the lance with a palm, The plasma dispersed against an invisible wall.
He's too strong, but I can feel the edges of his barrier. Every element has a flaw. I just have to find it. That wall, it's tuned to normal chakra, but my elements keep evolving. If I push them all beyond their limits at once.
He slammed his palm forward, not fire, but plasma so dense it warped light, crashing against the Hokage's shimmering shield. Acid hissed from his other hand, a green torrent that ate through the Hokage's chakra-woven staff. Metal spikes erupted from the floor, piercing through the Hokage's robes and pinning his shadow to the ground.
Now, the barrier. Wind, shred it.
A vacuum edge screamed across the chamber and bit into the violet wall, cracks spidered outward, the barrier groaning. Lightning answered, a dragon of pure electromagnetism coiled around the fractured ward and detonated it into glassy shards.
It's breaking. My chakra. It's not depleting, it's growing. The system alert was right. Infinite evolution.
The Hokage was hurled backward, his robes smoking, as the outer barrier collapsed into 1,000 fading embers. Sora stood in the open air, the night wind whipping his white-streaked hair, all 5 elements blazing around him. Sora plunged into the tree line without a backward glance, the shattered barrier already forgotten.
I have to keep moving. My legs are shaking. My chakra's frayed. But if I stop, they'll find me.
The facility's red lights shrank behind him, alarms smothered by distance and dense leaves. He ran until the forest floor became soft earth, until his lungs screamed and his vision blurred.
I made it. I'm outside. But why does it feel like I've left a part of myself behind?
His knees buckled in a small clearing. The 5 elements flickered out, leaving only the white streaks in his hair. He curled into the moss, the night wind cold on his sweat-soaked robe. No seals, no cages, only silence. Images of his mother fused into the chakra tree bled through his mind. He choked back a sob.
I'm free, but I'm alone. No family, no village. Just this infinite power I never asked for.
The exhaustion won. He closed his eyes, and the stars above watched a broken vessel sleep. Morning light flooded the Hidden Leaf Council Hall, but the storm inside drowned it out.
The vessel escaped. The Hokage is injured. The barrier is ash, and the harvest facility is in ruins.
The secret is already spreading. Villagers are whispering about primordial chakra and human batteries.
I underestimated him. His power grew mid-battle infinite evolution, just as the alert warned.
Then we must spin this. He is a rogue shinobi, a danger to the village. Declare him an S-rank threat.
No, that would draw attention. We will quietly brand him a traitor who attacked his own village.
Murmurs rippled through the hall. Some faces showed doubt, others fear. The lie was already fracturing.
And what of Riku? He aided the escape. Should we silence him?
Leave him. He knows nothing useful. For now, we have a rogue vessel to hunt.
As the council adjourned, the truth seeped through the village like water through cracks, unstoppable. Sora's eyes opened to pale morning light, filtering through the leaves. His body ached, but the crushing weight was gone.
I'm still alive. They didn't find me. I'm actually free.
He pushed himself upright, staring at his palms. A tiny ember of plasma flickered, then vanished. His power remained, but it was his.
I'm not a vessel. I'm not a weapon. I'm Sora. And I decide what that means now.
Slowly, he rose to his feet. The white streaks in his hair caught the light, but his stance was steady. The forest stretched endlessly before him, silent and unjudging.
I don't know where I'll go, but for the first time, the path is mine to choose.
He cinched his torn robe and walked. Not as a prisoner, not as a monster, as a survivor. His eyes, still holding a faint 5-colored glimmer, now held something new, purpose. The hidden leaf shrank behind him, its secrets burning in his heart. A new dawn had begun. A soft glow drifted into his path. A single leaf, translucent and veined with chakra, spinning down from nowhere. He caught it on reflex. The leaf pulsed once, warm against his skin, as if waiting.
Mother, was this you? A gift from the tree you gave your life to.
A familiar translucent panel materialized before him, its message simple and final: primordial vessel, unbound. The word unbound glowed in his pupils, not a seal, not a cage, but a declaration.
Unbound. I'm not a vessel anymore, I'm just me.
Sora pressed the leaf to his chest, then let it rest in his pocket, a remnant of a mother's love. He looked to the horizon, where the sun climbed higher, and the forest opened into a road.
No village, no family, but I have a name, and I have a future.
And as the hidden leaf fell far behind, the boy who was once a dropout walked into the sunrise, unbound.